Good evening and welcome to Empowerment Reckless. We are on episode 17?
18.
18.
Yep.
And tonight we are discussing how has your life changed since 2020 when the pandemic hit. So from up to 2020 till now, 2022. So that will be our topic for tonight. We have with us Miss Ashley. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Just finished eating dinner before I got on this podcast. I had to make sure, I fed my tummy. They always say don't come to a meeting starving. You need to come already have eaten your food already. So I had to make sure that I ate. But I'm doing great. How about you, Miss Pippins? I know
Um,
last time we talked, you said that you had a
I don't listen. I'm gonna wait. I did have the
Okay,
interview
okay. We
today.
ain't gonna say that.
I
Yeah,
did
we
have
gonna
the
put it out there
interview
in the
today,
universe.
and
Yeah.
I think I did great. So now we are just waiting for the email. When I tell you I've never been so anxious for an email, I don't check my email freaking 20 times.
Right, right.
So we are waiting for the email, and then it's all in the email. I think I did great. I showed my personality, smiled, answered the questions to the best of my ability. They were customer service questions, like with dealing with irate customers. It was only 4. It was a quick interview, so yeah. So I feel like I did a good job. So
Well, that's good. That's definitely good. So that's a prime example of when you kind of like just honestly let go and let God guide you and have faith. You never know what's gonna open up, you know, or what door's gonna open up or what's in store for you,
right.
you know. So ultimately, that drives us into our conversation tonight. You know, how has 2020 to now, how has it changed us? Like, what has been different?
A lot has been different. I can say for myself, just resources, jobs. I don't want to say jobs are limited. However, they were cutting hours.
Mm-hmm.
I do work for an event company, so a lot of people canceled their um, their events or postponed them until it was better. So that affected my job
Mm-hmm.
because nobody's doing events. We don't have work, and then also with my cleaning business. Um, Not a lot of customers because they didn't want nobody in the house and things like that. So I
Right.
just got it in how I could, the best way that I could. Um, I did have Saint, so that was kind of hard, but I do have people that are always in my corner, was able to help me. They still help me with him. So that is that's how it's been. It's kind of picking back up. Like I said, I got the flight attendant thing, so that goes through. We're out of here.
Right. Yeah. The pandemic was definitely. I feel like has been a eye opener for some, and some people really are still kind of.
Affected
It
by it.
doesn't even have to do with the pandemic. Some of them are just stuck and stagnant still,
Mm-hmm.
just because it didn't even have anything to do with the pandemic. So ultimately, I just feel like we all had different roles and all different things of that it affected us as but the biggest challenge is how did we overcome those challenges, and things of that nature. For me myself, I honestly didn't really have any hurdles that kind of transpire within myself, but within my short-term rental business, I did have it where um, it was really slow. I wasn't really getting any bookings or anything like that, just due to the fact, like Toya said, that a lot of people didn't want to travel. It
Mhm.
cut. I mean, it cut off everything. Like everything was slow. I'm talking about, imagine having to pay your rent
Right. Right, right.
6 months plus because no one is booking because of the pandemic. And like I said, I always say only the strong survive. So that was a detrimental part of my life that I was just like, whoa, no, we this is not where we want. We don't want to do that again.
Right.
um as far as like me on a health wise type of situation, I will say that being in the pandemic, you sitting at home, weight gain, all
Yeah.
those different things, you don't have a chance to get to go to the gym or anything like that. So definitely I will say, when it came to weight watching, I didn't weight watch because it was just so comfortable.
Wasn't going nowhere.
So yeah.
Wasn't putting on
Right.
clothes.
Right. But hold
Um,
on, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and grab Diamond from the background. 1 second. Oh, there she go. But yeah, just kind of to catch everybody up, to speed. But that, yeah, that weight watching, definitely, it was a major issue. You know.
and now everybody trying to get it off. I know I am.
Yeah, me too. Trying to slim down, drop some couple of pounds, maybe like 10 to 15 pounds. That's
Yeah.
my idea. Though we ain't gonna say the number of what our weight is, but we just know we just trying to drop
Just
some.
know I'm heavy Chevy, okay?
Right. We just trying to drop some pounds, but yeah. I mean, I will say 2020 was just a year that I don't even know what to say about it, honestly. It happened so sudden, and when it happened, it's just like everybody went into like a panic mode. It was like I never seen anything like that. Like I was really in shock. It shocked me. I honestly thank God that I never actually had to experience COVID. I never had COVID, never. And I don't know if it's because I was being masked up or what, but sometimes I wasn't. I was still traveling. We were still traveling and going places. So
Yeah.
I guess God was just with us. So, Diamond, did you want to chime in?
Can you catch me up to speed? Or y'all just talking about what has
How the
transpired? I'm
how the
assuming.
pandemic has
Affected you from 2020? We just still stuck in 2020. We just asking. We haven't even gotten going forward. So 2020, how did it affect you?
Um, it really didn't affect me too much. Nothing really drastically happened. The beginning of 2020, I did quit my job that I was working at for about 4 years, and then I started I started transitioning into the entrepreneurship side of things, the business aspect of things. And with that, I did gravitate into um, a lot of business endeavors and things like that. So nothing really has transpired. I haven't got COVID as of yet. Praise God for that. I have taken the COVID test, but never have I been diagnosed with COVID. So I'm grateful for that. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So I think it's really safe to say that we were really blessed to be able to survive COVID season, and especially with even all the variants that's going on now. You know,
girl, so many.
we right so many different ones, and it's just like, honestly, and I'm gonna just tell you guys, even through the duration of everything that has transpired, I still haven't gotten a shot. I'm still not getting the shot. It's just, I don't know. Everybody has their outlook on it, but I'm not getting
Right.
it.
You know,
Me
everybody has
neither,
different
and I'm not getting
opinions.
it.
And I just hate that it has caused such a rift between, people, and then people want to do stuff on purpose, the
Hmm.
anti-maskers and sending your children to school with no mask. Who cares if they're sick? If your kid is sick, first of all, you shouldn't send them to school, period. Even if
Right.
it was before COVID, you didn't send your kid to school sick. So why would you even think it's okay now
Hmm.
to send your kid to school sick? It
Right.
has caused a bunch of chaos
Right.
um in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and that is very, shameful. People attack you because your belief, if you don't want to take the vaccine, it's your body, you have the right to. You don't have to take anything that you don't want to, and nobody should be, I don't think nobody should be mad about that. So
Right.
it's just it has shown us, a lot of sides of, different people.
Hmm.
Hi.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then and you, Toya, actually brought a child into the world during COVID, right?
I did. It was so he's my first child, so I've never had a baby. So me thinking, hey, my people will get to be there, because I was legit scared. Um, that didn't even happen. So you can only have one person in there with you the whole time, and then there's no like trading off people. So whoever comes is the only person that can be in there for your duration of how long you're in the hospital for. That sucked really bad because it was like I had a decision, and my mom wasn't too happy about the decision that I made. So but it was even at the doctors, you couldn't bring nobody with you to the doctor. So you had to go to I had to go to all the appointments by myself. Um I think I only got to do 2 appointments with somebody.
Hmm.
But the rest of the appointments were by yourself. You had to, mask up, wash your hands all the time while you were in there, or sanitized. So it was very I don't even know what word I'm looking for. I could say sad, but it was just very, sad to have to
Yeah,
like
that's an
go
emotional
through
time.
go
Right.
through a pregnancy by yourself,
Hmm.
like that. So
Right. I was going to definitely say I know that was very challenging because, a lot of parents, they went to appointments together and, all of a sudden now you can't I mean, I know they were allowing one parent to come in, but if that's your first grandbaby, I mean, grandbaby, you want to be in there. People that is really close to you, that's kind of like, oh my gosh, so
right,
now I can't record, I can't do anything. Only the other parent is allowed in here. It's just,
right.
it was just so many different mixed emotions.
I had to get a COVID test before they even did anything, before I was induced or anything like
Hmm.
that. I had to get a COVID test. So I think it was, if I was positive, um dang, I forgot. I think she said if I was positive I would have had to stay longer in the hospital after having the baby, but I was negative, so I didn't have to stay in that long. And I think also if I was positive, then I wouldn't be able to have nobody in there.
Hmm. Right.
But they do say these pandemic babies are different, and
Yeah.
it sure is.
Yeah, these kids are
But things are
these
still
kids
like
are
that
different.
now, though.
Huh?
Yeah. Things are still like that.
Things are still like that now.
Currently. Yeah, things are still like transpiring where you can only have one person back there. So it's a lot.
Yeah,
Like
like even when I
it
take
still
Saint to
hasn't
the
let up.
doctor,
They have let up, but they still haven't.
you can't be
Not at all.
sick. If you have other children, they can't come, and it's only one parent.
Yeah.
I know recently when I took my daughters to the dentist, they have it to where the parents can't even go in. They just let the kids
Oh
go in
wow.
and then they'll bring them to you. And I was like,
Oh,
that was really weird because I'm like,
Hmm.
they can't answer for themselves. You know what I mean? So
right,
I was just
right.
like,
Who you
Right.
asking the
I would see
questions
like
to?
Hmm.
exactly. But they made a lot of paperwork to go in and prior to them getting inside. And then they just ask you outside, like, what are they being seen for? Any concerns you want to go over the doctor with? And then we'll send them back out when we're done. But I like to see what's going on,
Right.
Right.
no matter
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
you're going to the doctor with.
But I this is what really gets me because I'm a little bit befuddled here. You state that I received the COVID test, but still I'm asked to wear a mask. So are we really out of the pandemic? I just don't, it just doesn't make sense to me because I just really don't understand that.
You
I
know
think
what?
money. I
I made
think
a
it's a
post
money
on Facebook. I made a post on Facebook because you don't hear anything else. You don't hear about the new variant the last variant
Right.
that came out. You don't hear anything anymore. I don't see it on the news. Nothing. So, it's crazy. I just made a post about that the other day.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and I see that now. I see that now, like all these concerts and events are starting back to transpire since it's summertime. So they're not even mandating the mask anymore. They're just like, okay, well, they're not. It's no limits anymore.
Mhm.
Everything is just back open.
Right. I
It's
think it's
summertime. They're gonna want the money because they know people about to start traveling. People about to start moving.
mhm.
This is the time where real estate is about to be high right now because everybody's about to be moving. People want to buy houses. People are about to start traveling. So airlines are about to
Mhm.
start raising their prices, like all these type of things. So I just feel like it's all about money. Why not?
Yeah, because like I said, it really doesn't make sense to me why you say, you get the shot and then you still want me to wear the mask. But it's honestly up to that facility what they agree on because it's not everywhere. Because some places don't even care. You can come in there with no mask and things of that nature. And honestly, if you ask me, the dentist office should be the one that should be more cognizant on what's going on. I wouldn't even be, not saying I wouldn't be open, but that's just biggest risk right there because
Oh
everything is
yeah.
still open, you know? So it's just like, no, I honestly wonder if they made the in the dentist industry, if they made them even get mandate that they had to actually get the
Vaccination.
Anybody in the
vaccination.
medical field, they may get tested. They may get the vaccine, I believe.
Um, mm. I thought it was just mainly just like healthcare professionals, and I didn't think they
Yeah,
did.
that's part of healthcare.
Aren't dentists healthcare professionals?
Huh?
Aren't
Yeah, they're
dentists
health
healthcare
they're
professionals?
healthcare professionals. Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't think I didn't know what they classified them as.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. Well then, they part of that. I
I
honestly,
mean,
I didn't
your health,
know.
right? Your mouth is health, right?
Huh?
I mean, your mouth is health, right? I mean, you can't walk around with gingivitis and stuff. That's a disease, right?
I mean, people do it all the time, but yeah, you're right. You
I
can't.
mean, that's true.
Yeah,
Even
but
even with the jobs, firing people because they didn't want to get the vaccine, that had everybody in an uproar. People was like, well,
mhm.
you know, this and this, it's their I don't it was just a hard time and a chaotic time. Like I said, people was losing jobs, couldn't
Right.
couldn't take care of their families,
Mhm.
mandate vaccines. It was a lot.
Mhm.
So
And another thing, people weren't educating themselves to be able to like put themselves in a position, like for example, like Jobs was saying, hey, we're going to fire you if you don't get the COVID vaccine. But a lot of people didn't really realize that you could have filed a religion exemption to get yourself from out actually not having to take the vaccine. You are entitled to that, but a lot of people didn't educate themselves on that, and they didn't do it. So a lot of them lost their job, and I know quite a few people that didn't do the whole, exemption, and they actually had great jobs, and they lost them because they didn't do it because they wasn't aware of it. And
mm,
once you kind of leave your job, that's it. It's like, I mean, you can go back depending on the circumstances, but a lot of people really had great jobs and lost it because they didn't even know what to do, and which I really seemed unfair because all of this stuff was new to us. So how would we know how to even
right.
go about it? You know?
Right.
So all that stuff was just honestly just new. I mean, and it, like I said, it's sad. It's everything is still kind of going on, but the world is still open. They still want our money. They're not stopping. They're not stopping any
They're
flights.
never
I
gonna
mean,
stop.
honestly, the only smartest people outside of the United States is the out a different country. They have mandated that some of us cannot come into their country or we're not vaccinated. And honestly, I respect it because guess what? You want to be able to fight off any type of you don't know where you don't know where these variants are coming from. So I get it. I get it. But then again, we still see people that either come from over there that may be vaccinated then still get sick. So I don't even know what's going on anymore. So it's just like I said, it's just really mixed
Like
emotions.
like China was like locking people down for real, for real.
Right.
Like you couldn't come outside.
So where exactly? Sorry.
They had people on guard. Like, no, you can't come outside. You got to stay in here for your back for however long you need to be vaccinated for.
Right.
We didn't handle it properly. We didn't handle
Right.
it properly. Like they were lying to us about it when it started. So I feel like it was kept a secret. And if it was kept a secret, okay, y'all should have been doing your part to have it under control. So it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah,
And
but I don't think it was controlled because ultimately they did not know how to handle it. You know what I mean? So and with them being the United States, they can't panic because if they panic, we gonna panic. We the people gonna panic. So they had to do the best that they can with what they had, which honestly, nobody was ready because we didn't expect it. At first, what's crazy is even when you go back when the president was in the chair, how they kept overblowing like, oh, it's just simple. It's just a virus. It's gonna bypass. But then when it really blew up, then you want to look like, oh, what do I do? You just did that because you wanted to bypass time. You didn't know what the
right.
hell to do.
And
You
even
didn't know
then,
what the hell to
everything
do.
was
So,
changing every week. A new something, a new this.
right.
Don't do this. Do that. Like it was.
Hmm.
It was crazy.
Right. And that's crazy because I want you guys to understand, like, if the government can put out here and say to us how much power that they really have over just they telling us to do these simple things. Imagine what you can do with just yourself, your own mindset. Y'all was so easily convinced of what the government told us to do, and y'all did exactly what the
Yep.
government told us to do. So
Yep.
it seems to amaze me. Like I'm like, if we can listen to the government to just tell us something, these people. I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna get into a long conversation. I mean, I don't trust the government, but again, like I said, if they can tell us these things and we instantly jump to it,
We are now
then we
live.
can do these things for ourselves.
Right. And they halfway wanted to take care of us,
Right, right. I
but
mean, but,
Canada
but
was
you know
taking care
what?
of their
They did
citizens.
take care of a lot of people. I will say they took care of
They
small
did.
businesses, and even if you weren't a small business, they still had it where if you was a self-employed contractor, however your title was,
Mm-hmm.
they still had the options available. And I'm gonna tell you like this, and I've said it around to the government: if the money come back around, I ain't missing it this time. I'm getting every single thing that you put out there because I deserve it all. And with the business, I'm getting every single thing, man. And
Every penny.
every single thing. And the crazy part is, I'm gonna say this too: with that pandemic and with that pandemic money that people got, if you are broke to this day, that is a serious, serious issue. It really is because there's no way that you got almost like 60, 70K back and you don't have nothing to show for it, especially if you really, you had a business, but it kind of depleted and you got your employees and stuff taken care of. But if you didn't do anything with that money and you back in square one, that's a serious issue.
Definitely. I
Because
feel like
if you giving me 70K, oh, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna stretch it.
I just think the whole thing is just, excuse me. I just think the whole thing is just bizarre because it's just like every time there's, a new election or something like that, something always transpire as some type of sickness or whatever. Like long time ago there was the swine flu. Now it's,
Yep.
the COVID or whatever.
Hmm.
I just feel like every time it's a new election, it's always something. It's kind of like a money heist. Like it's ridiculous. And what gets me is where did no one even knows where the COVID even came from. Like one minute it came from a octopus, next minute it came from a bat. Like
Right. Or it
it's
came
so
from
many things.
China, or, and then like, oh, the dog caught COVID. Like, what?
Exactly. I don't
But
know.
I can't believe it's
It's
been
stupid.
I can't believe it's been 2 years though. That's crazy to think about it.
Right. Yeah. It's and in the 2 years, it seems like forever that we would never get out of it. But truth of the matter, I feel like we still are
In
going
it.
through it, but we're doing a lot better allegedly because a lot of
Hmm.
people are getting the vaccine and things of that nature. But honestly,
Hmm.
if you got all these different variants out, you're gonna keep having to produce different
Vaccines.
medicines for us to, vaccines and things like that for us to get. And that's another thing. We don't know what they're putting inside these shots.
Nope. And that's why a lot of people were hesitant to take it. You don't know. They're like,
Right.
you made something in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Right. Like you made something right that fast, and you mean to tell me you want me to put this inside of my body? Like,
Right.
no, that doesn't even make sense to me.
And
But
then did one
I
get
want to make sure I
recalled?
point this out because a lot of people will say things like, "Oh, well, you may eat a certain thing. You're not watching what you eat." That is very true. It's the same thing. It's very true. I totally agree. Totally agree.
And didn't one
However,
get
that
recalled,
that
like
that
Johnson
there
and
ain't still
Johnson?
ain't good for us either. But we know that, like, for real, like McDonald's been around for like over something
80
years. I really
years.
haven't heard where somebody dropped dead as soon as they ate a cheeseburger. I mean, I have heard that people have died when they took that, the vaccine, but I haven't heard that people, died when they eat McDonald's unless, like they eating it every day and it's like they getting a heart attack or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, so definitely.
And wasn't one of their wasn't like one of the Johnson and Johnson vaccines like recalled or something like that? Like
Yeah.
one of them had
Yep.
people
Oh yeah,
really
yeah.
sick and all that.
Yeah, they had people arms on the ground. No, it ain't even funny. Like it's crazy because like for real, people like arms and stuff was like, oh saying how their arm was like going numb and like how they
Oh
was having
yeah, from the
stuff.
shot.
Yeah, from the shot. Yeah. But I don't know. Like,
I wonder if um the airline I applied for is mandated vaccine. It didn't
well,
say.
guess what? You gonna have to do it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. I guess so.
That's a question I should have asked.
Yeah, maybe so. You definitely should ask that question.
Well, you didn't come up with it either. I asked for questions.
I gave I gave you majority of the questions to ask. I
And I
did.
asked those.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
hey,
so since we guys are now in 2022, and we're now halfway into this is all yeah, we're in first quarter, we're almost into second quarter. What has been you guys standards and goals for that you guys have accomplished thus far?
I would just say managing my mental health and taking care of my son, because a couple of months ago I was like super super depressed. Didn't want to get out of bed, didn't want to do none of that. So just me being able to get through my day better, take care of my son better, working out more and stuff like that. Those are major accomplishments for me because, like, the end of last year to January, I was no good as a person.
Hmm, interesting. So you definitely say your 2022 has started off blessed.
It has, I would say, my February, I could say, really started. Um, because January I was still felt like I was going through it eternally, but February has been better.
Mm,
So February started has been a great, month with me just mentally and whatnot. I did have a rough week last week, but it's that was just, one week. So
right. And that's okay. You're entitled to have your bad weeks. People feel like you're not supposed to, but as long as you don't stay stuck in that bad week and move it over to the next week, you good to
right.
go. You are entitled to have your bad days. We all are. So that's good to hear. Diamond.
Can you repeat the question again? Can you hear me?
Ashley, what was the question?
Oh, sorry. Um, I was asking how has your 2022 started out, when it comes to your standards and goals, has everything been falling in line for you?
2022 has been going great thus far. Still a little challenges that I need to work on, not far as business wise, but within myself. I can definitely say that I have um improved tremendously from definitely 2020. So every day is, just a learning experience. Um, so I'm just taking a day at a time and just striving and being consistent as much as possible. So I wouldn't there's no regrets or anything.
Okay, good.
And yourself? I think
So,
you always be trying to get out of the questions because you never answer them.
no, just say the best for last. Sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say that. No, but honestly, I told you guys before, I don't set goals. Like my biggest thing is because I am an overachiever. So when I set certain goals and I reach it, I'm like, okay, what's next? I really just set standards, basically what I want to work on a day-to-day commitments in my life. That's what I do. I set standards. So with that being said, my standards has been this year to kind of start like, hey, doing the working out, getting some more short-term rental properties, starting a few other more endeavors as well, and just really, working on self. That's really kind of what I have been doing. So I will say for 2022, things have been starting out, really great. One of the biggest things I really I did it last year, but I really start now. I'm getting heavy back into like really watching church on Sundays, going to church and stuff. The stuff that I did it last year, but I wasn't consistent. That's the thing right there. Being consistent in what I'm doing. So that has been my biggest challenge, is just really being consistent. I've told myself that, the more little habits that you create, the better your habits become. So if you just say, for example, you a person that don't want to go to the gym, but if you really go to the gym like 5 minutes, and if you do those little habits, um, in that week time span, what does that bring on? It brings on you to be consistent. So you'll start being consistent and putting in more time. But you gotta establish that habit first, and then be consistent with that habit.
Yeah, the working out habit is very hard for me because in my head I'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, you know what? I've lost weight before, so I know what to do
Hmm.
it." But then I get tired being at work and it's physical, moving and stuff.
Right.
Coming home with Saint after
Hmm.
giving him a bath, feeding us, you be wanting to go to sleep. So then in my head, it's like,
Right.
oh, okay, I'll get up early to do the workout in the morning. My alarm goes off. Oh, just let me sleep for 10 more minutes. And by that time, I
Hmm.
done slept and it's time to get up. So now I'm just
Right.
trying to be consistent of if I do it in the morning, we're going to get it done in the morning. If I
Hmm.
do it when we get off, I got to come home, execute our night plan, and then make sure that I do my workout at night.
Right. Yep. When you focus on your standards, you kind of focus. That makes you more in control of your life. You know what I mean? So as long as, like I said, as long as you stay consistent, and I mean, like I said, you got those habits. You got to start it somewhere. Even if you do 5 minutes and you stop working out, guess what? You committed to it, but once you start doing it every day, you gonna get consistent. You be like, okay, I can amp up the time a little bit. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But the whole biggest thing is a lot of people don't realize is I always say it in every podcast. You don't start, just start. You know what I mean? Like everybody say, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till the first of the year to want to lose weight." Why do you gotta wait till the first of the year? You can start tomorrow. You can start, whatever day you feel is comfortable. Everybody says, "I'm gonna wait until the first of the year." Like I just don't understand. I used to say the same thing. Like I'm gonna just wait. And then it's just like, if you really realize, if you wait, it just pretty much
Keep
you're
waiting.
justifying why you are gonna be eating that food consistently. You don't even have a reason. You just don't want to work out. That's
Right. You just don't want to do it that day.
You just don't want to do it. Instead of you just saying you don't want to do it, you just went like, oh, I'll wait till the end of the year. I'm gonna get everything out my system. Because I used to say the same thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna eat this. I'm gonna start over
I was
on
gonna
Monday.
say that sound like somebody I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna start on Monday. I'm gonna eat everything that I want to eat on Saturday and Sunday, and I'm gonna start on Monday, get everything out my system. Monday
You
come, I'm
definitely used
still
to
doing
say
the
that.
same thing. Doing the same thing. So I'm like, this is crazy. So like for real, you really gotta have discipline, and you really gotta have that willpower, and you really gotta be consistent. Especially if you say that you want to lose weight. Like Toya said, it's easy. You be like, you know what, you done it before. I've done it before. I may have not done it the right way by getting stressed out, but the weight came off. So I know what to do. But truth of the matter is I really can't get it off. It's just the fact that I'm not making really a good habit to be able
Yeah.
to do it every single day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me. It's easy for you to pick. It's so freaking easy for you to pick up 30 pounds, but when it's time to lose it, it's so hard. You be like, oh, I just gotta lose 15 pounds, but those 15 pounds is so hard to
Takes
lose.
5 months to lose 15 pounds. It took 2 days to gain 15 pounds.
Right. And then they'll say things like, okay, take a laxative. That 2 pounds don't work a week. You done ate that up. They're like, oh, you can lose 2 pounds a week by having a laxative. But take a laxative. You done ate that. By the time that
Right.
2 pounds is back on, like how are you losing 2 pounds a week? Like, no, no. And and honestly, one thing about me, I do not believe in the surgery of like to each his own. I just don't believe in the surgery. I feel like that's the easy route. I mean,
Sure is.
I
And
feel like yeah, I feel like you can work out. It's just the fact that you got to be consistent. I done seen women
But
that
some
it beat
people do
them
need
body.
it though. Some people do need it.
You said
so
what?
what okay, what
I said I feel
surgery?
like some
Like,
people do need it, especially if they're like the what is it, like the gastro bypass
yeah, to make your
Mm,
stomach
or
small,
the
barely.
liposuction.
Some
But I feel
people,
like if
some
you're
it's
like
a good
700
start.
pounds, you need that,
Right. It's a good start for some
especially if it's
people.
a
And
mm.
some people maintain it, some people don't. But like them people on my 600 pound life, they need it.
I mean, but honestly,
yeah,
I,
they
I
need
mean,
it.
and I do agree to disagree because I done seen people that are like 600 pounds really lose weight and look good, and they
Yeah.
didn't do any type of surgery. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all to each his own. Whatever you choose to do that's comfortable. My personal preference, my opinion. I don't agree with the surgery. You know, I really surgery, or I don't know anything really about the sleep. I can't really talk about that a lot because I really don't know. But like the surgery where people actually, isn't that the surgery where they cutting stuff? I don't even know the name of the surgery. I don't know the name of the surgery.
I don't know. Listen, but if I had the money, I'd be up on this table so they could suck this fat out this stomach. I sure would.
Well, isn't that the lipo, right?
Liposuction. Listen.
Yeah.
I sure
Yeah, I
would.
believe so.
Where I gotta
But I
sign
think
who
that's
I'm
so
giving my
much
money
such a
to.
high risk because most people don't make it alive afterwards.
Yeah.
That would be my start. You know, my jump start. But I know how to work out, so I just gotta start getting back into it, disciplined and conditioned. So by the time the summer get here,
Well, we made me and me and Ashley made a bet. So like if if um if I see her eating something that's not fitting for her goal that she wants to do, or if you know we go out to eat or something like that or whatever, and I'm like, oh, you don't need that, you're supposed to be training your body to get on a regimen or whatever, then she has to pay me $5 every time she talks back or do what she's not supposed to do. So that's how I'm helping her.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's crazy because it's like, first of all, I'm tight on my coins. I'm very parsimonious. Listen, I save my money. I don't like to spend my money for free. I save, but don't get it twisted. I save and I also invest. So that's the difference. But I don't like giving out money. So she's right. I'm gonna have to do it because I don't like giving out money. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta, like I said, you gotta have those challenging friends that's around you to be able to be motivation. Because losing weight, you got to be motivated. It's not something that you just.
right,
It can be
motivated and
hard, you know.
disciplined.
It can be hard. So you want to be around people that motivate you to be able to want to go to the gym and work out, and do it the fun way. I know Toya had informed me about this lady Joy. That lady had you sweating.
Grow with the Joe.
Grow with Joe. Grow with Joe.
And my mom put me onto her. And my mom actually put me onto her. She has so many 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Today I did an hour one. So I was very happy about that because I did last an hour.
Oh, see, that's good.
So my it went
Well,
from
you can
30
get a
to
workout just by doing TikTok nowadays.
Yeah, you sure can. TikTok is your best friend. TikTok is your best friend.
So
definitely all them
and
dances they be creating.
Right.
I think one thing that I need one thing since you guys are saying more fitness, I think one of mine would be more taking care more of my would be more so like far as skin, because I don't take care of my skin the way I need to, because I do break out easily. So that would be like a good one for me, far as health wise. Working out, yes, maybe lose 10 pounds, maybe 10, 15 pounds. And then, and then, yeah, just my face, getting more getting more into that side. Cause y'all got some bum faces. Y'all face is so clear and clean like a baby's butt.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Here, who?
Oh no. Oh
Sorry,
no. Oh no, 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 no.
Say was yelling. I said it's crazy because I don't really use too much like face cleanser and stuff. And you know how people say don't sleep in makeup. Sometimes I would definitely forget, and it be on my face. Like my face hardly breaks out. I don't even get pimples. Like I just don't know.
Yeah, my skin regimen is very organic stuff. I use lemon juice, I use apple cider and water, and I also use milk for like dark pigmentations if I get dark pigmentations. I haven't done the milk in a long time because I just had researched it the other day, but I definitely use lemon juice. And I use the apple cider and warm water and put it on my skin every night, at least twice, 2 times a day. Yeah, I'm not really big on putting chemicals on my face. I really don't like putting chemicals on my face.
I rinse
So
my face in some water and that's
Yeah,
it.
they did say like ivory soap supposed to work and clear all the dead skin, but I feel like that dries my skin out. And then I did try the witch hazel, that dries my
mhm.
skin out too. So and
Yeah,
then plus I have eczema, so it's just like I
right,
just can't be just throwing anything on my
Anything.
face either. But
right.
um,
And that witch
I did.
hazel and alcohol dries out your face.
I follow this girl on my Snapchat. She makes stuff for eczema, natural, everything. I will send her your stuff because I wanted to get some body butter and some stuff for
Mm.
her.
Yeah,
But
but I did
she
try like the African black soap. That did
uh-huh.
work. That did work. But it's just like trying to find something for like moisturizing
To
is
keep
the
it,
issue that I
yeah,
have
so it won't
because
dry
like
out so
my
fast.
skin is like really dry.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I did try that regimen that Ashley said, the apple cider. What is it? The apple cider and um,
Apple cider vinegar and warm water,
vinegar
and
and
you like
water.
leave it on your
Yeah,
face
I
for like
just
3 minutes, and then you wash it off with warm water.
yeah. So I've been on a regimen of that for one day. This will be my second day actually. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, you don't want like those harsh chemicals and stuff like that on your face because your face is super sensitive. So definitely don't want to do that. Yeah. So since we're on, like I said, we're in 2022. We talked about the weight loss. We talked about skincare. What are some endeavors? Like what are some endeavors that you guys are gonna be embarking on, like business wise? You know, what are some
Um,
things you're gonna be getting
I
into?
so I am now going to get into short term rentals. That and also still for the event side, um, making the balloons for the parties and stuff. I found a class, so if everything goes well with the airline, me being a flight
Hmm.
attendant, I could do that on the side, whatnot. So those are the two major things that I want to get into with me still being a flight attendant.
Hmm.
Um, so I know they always say don't have a plan B because plan A you have to make it work. So I won't even say my plan B. So because plan A is gonna work.
Plan A. I like that you say that. I always say that there is no plan B. Plan A has to freaking work. There's no
Has
plan
to.
B. It has to work. Even if you gotta set it to the side and come back to it, it still has to work, no matter what. That's just the way that's the way I function in my life. That's the way I function in my life.
Right.
But yeah, so we definitely, you definitely want to be able to go about doing it, that way. And
If you get
what
if you
else?
get a if you well those two are my major short term rentals so I can have residual income,
Right.
and then my event planning with the balloons. So I really do like the event planning and decorating and stuff like that. So
So would you do the event planning and turn it into something your own business?
um so for the
I told
balloons
her
that
she
will
should.
be like, wait, what did you say? Would I do that to start my own business?
Yeah, event planning.
I could. I could just on a smaller scale, more of
Right.
like intimate, or I do see a lot of people like that do outside picnics and stuff like that, decorating, setting up for their clients and things like that.
Oh yeah, that's definitely popular now.
That could
Mm-hmm.
definitely be in the near future. Yeah,
Totally agree.
just give me some inventory and start just setting up stuff, taking pictures and whatnot, and doing it like that.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, my like I said, my goal is well, no, my standard is to still continue to work towards being a better version of myself and obtaining some more short-term rentals, getting some more vehicles so I can put them on Toro. Starting a nonprofit too is up my sleeve too. Starting a nonprofit. Um, like if I tell you guys, you'd be like, how my mindset is so I'm ready to start my own airline. That's the way my mind be going.
You've always
Airline.
said that.
Look, I'm interested in getting into selling scrubs. Like it's so many ideas and things that I have on my sleeve. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and really do it. I'm gonna go ahead and really do it this year. I'm not sleeping on myself this year. And I never slept on myself, but now I'm like full pressure.
Well, you never have.
Right.
Right, yeah, that's what I said. I never slept on myself. It's really full. It's really full of pressure. And like I told you guys in the last episodes, the most thing that you can do is to help yourself is fix your credit first. Fix your credit. I don't care what if nobody else tell you anything. Fix your credit. Definitely to fix your credit. That's the most important thing you do. If you want to be able to get funding and things of that nature, and you want to be able you got to fix your credit. Definitely got to fix your credit.
Definitely.
Yeah,
What about you, Diamond?
definitely.
Oh,
Um,
also the food truck too. The food truck.
um, well, I was gonna say, for me, it would definitely be a little more. What's the word that I'm looking for? Be a little more. Um, y'all have me. I'm looking for a word. Be a little more interested in my credit. Like I'm fixing it, but I feel like I have to harp on
Persistent.
it. Yeah, yeah, persistent on my credit. I'm not consistent with it. I mean, I guess I was content at one point with it, but now as I'm older and now that I'm in the business world, I know that credit is business credit is everything. Your PG is everything. So definitely working more towards my credit. I have several businesses, so definitely scaling all of those. I really want to really take off with my travel agent business so I can travel as much as I want. That's one. More short-term rentals. I do hair as well, so get that up off the ground and open my mobile beauty bar. I have a lot of things that I want to do as well. So it's just, just keep going and striving to be the best version of myself as well. So the sky is the limit.
No, the sky is not the limit. It's no limit. It's unlimitedness.
I knew you was gonna say that. That's why I
Yeah.
said it.
So the sky is not the limit. No, we don't even tell them people that. It's no limit. It's no limit. You can do whatever it is that you put your mind to and do whatever you
I
want
know
to
you was gonna say something.
I just,
And like you said, the food truck, I can throw down in the kitchen. So why not, use that
yeah.
as something to put to good work too. I tried it with other people, but nobody didn't
Yeah.
want to go into business with me. So I guess I have to go by myself. Or
Sometimes
maybe
it's
we can
better
have
to
a
live
joint
alone.
venture, Ashley, if you want to go in.
Sometimes being
I mean,
alone
yeah,
is
that's
better.
true.
Yeah. I mean, because you definitely can throw down in the kitchen. You ain't burning bacon and stuff, so you can definitely throw down in the kitchen.
Y'all should have some guest guest chefs. I'll tell my sister to fly down because Truth can get down. Okay.
Right. I don't think you can get down
Right, so
either.
that's what I'm saying. Like you could be the event planner.
I'll
You
make
could
my
be the event
lasagna.
planner. I come through, cater some
You
food.
burn bacon and everything. You can't.
We'll have my lasagna on the menu.
See, that's what I told her. See, I said she could have her event planning, and then she could just throw me out there and say, "Oh, I got a caterer for you, and I can whip up the food." You know what I mean?
Right.
Or Ashley pull up with her food truck outside.
Yeah. Ashley ain't gonna be Ashley, the whole business that model that I strive for is I automate everything. I don't be involved in the business at all. I automate everything because that is how you're going to be able to travel and do what it is you want to do. So,
That one time
yep.
we had to clean the house.
So, you got to automate. You have to automate, honestly, your business and things of that nature. So, it's okay in the beginning when you are working to build your business. You definitely want to be all hands on and all eyes in, because things can change. But you definitely want to, automate your business because at some point in time, you still got to give your family your time, So when you guys are starting those businesses, definitely want to think about that.
No, maybe we should go. Maybe we should go live and get them a taste of what our day consists of.
Yeah, I mean that always works.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, 2022 has it's been good to us thus far, and of course, I always say, without the man above, we wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff that we are doing today. Honestly, we wouldn't be able to do
Oh,
anything.
that reminds me. I know you probably gonna take us out, but I didn't want. I had a quote that I had
Oh no,
came
you
up
can
with.
go ahead and do it.
I wrote it. I wrote it down. One second. Let me pull it up. But I'll
Well,
say it, and then you can
before
give
she
your
takes us
feedback on it.
out, I just want to say, it's probably been a rough 2 years for people who've lost loved ones, friends, family due to COVID. Just want to say y'all keep striving. There's a lot of people who've been going through it, income wise, work wise, mentally, whatever. Just take it one day at a time and get it
Hmm.
together. It will get better.
Yep, small steps in the right direction can lead you on your biggest path. Yeah, definitely. I definitely say the same thing. Because COVID, it may have a lot of people was, and what was getting me with it, a lot of people was saying things like, oh, they didn't know really what to say or how to handle it because COVID wasn't affecting their family. So they was really like careless sometimes, like, okay, I don't care, but you would care if it was someone in your family that it happened to. So you just got to be cognizant and sympathize and empathize with people that have
Right.
lost ones.
Mm-hmm.
Love the life you live, man. Just love the life. You never know when your last breath is. So just enjoy life while you're here. Give it your all. So with that
Every
being
day.
said, I'm gonna let Diamond do our announcements to end, and we're gonna be out of here. We thank you guys so much for checking in.
Yes, guys. So thank you guys so much, as always, tuning in with us for another episode. As always, we appreciate it. Don't forget, y'all know where to find us at on IG empowerment_reckless podcast. If you have any questions or concern, don't forget to send us a message on our direct email at info@empowermentrecklesspodcast.com, or We also have a website too at empowermentrecklesspodcast.com. And one of the quotes that I did come across today, it was from Michael Jordan. And it basically was just talking about obstacles. And the quote is, obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it and go through it or walk around it. So that's my quote for tonight. We love you guys. We appreciate you as always. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys on
Tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
Was it really tomorrow?
Yeah, Tuesday.
I thought it was Wednesday. See how time.
Oh no, you're right. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. Oh, I'm so wrong. Oh my gosh, I'm so loud and wrong. Yep.
Yeah, Wednesday.
It is.
We'll
Wednesday.
see you guys on Wednesday.
Yep. At least we get a break. Because we've been giving you guys episodes after episodes, you know. So definitely.
Yes. And a girl hasn't even been able to slay her hair. But it's okay. It's all good. We ain't reckless for nothing.
That's right. Definitely. All right, guys. You have a good night.
See you later.